All right, what is up, everyone? Howdy, and welcome. I basically have a bunch of stuff ready to record, and I think I'm pretty good, but just for my own sake, where we ended off before, I was like, I don't think I could go through every single one of these selectors in the data API and code all of them. Definitely not for the course, and I don't even know if I was ready to do and make sure that I got every single one functioning. But I went back and basically got my slides ready to record. So the way we're going to do it is we'll introduce all the data types. Like, we've got some definitions. We introduce the data types. I'll talk about select, how to do it generically, a bunch of examples, and then be like, well, how do we know what's available? And mention that there's two kind of ways to find all the selectors, right? Well, there's three. You could do it a few ways, but you could go in the browser and mention that we'll do that in a separate video. And then after we do this whole introduction of like slides and how the data API works, including the higher order components, then I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll open the browser in another video and just start going through the data API and everything and showing how to do it all. Sorry, I just realized you can't say that. Hey, if you are watching, say howdy in the chat, say hey in the comments, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. But basically, after I got all this ready, and I'm pretty much ready to record, so either today or over the weekend, we'll get all this done, but I just can't help it. I need to, for myself, go through all the possible examples and figure out how they all work. And I don't think that it'll be a bad thing to have in a repo, although I don't know if I'll make it part of the course officially, because I do not want to support like an upkeep video documentation of every single selector method, because I think that that would just be ridiculous. So I don't even totally remember where we left off. Let's see. Okay. So one thing I did was I brought all the, and if you are watching this, if you look on my GitHub Z Gordon, under the Advanced Gutenberg course, you can follow along with a lot of this stuff under Master if you want to see some of this code. What is up, Fabian, my main man? We have been hanging out a lot, and dude, do I appreciate it. I feel like a real teacher again. It's cool. All right, if you see anything, shout it out. Okay, so what I did was I just went through and created this data file of all the possible selectors that you could get with the core data selector, so select core. And this is all of them, and got all that working. That feels pretty cool. So now I'm going to go through the core blocks one, and I basically already set this up, I think. I think we did this last time, how to use all of these. So like I said, I got to catch up a little bit where I left off, but let's see what we got. Okay. Update, that's going to re-trigger it all. I got to make this a little bit smaller. Hope you could read everything. Okay, get block styles, figured out how to do that. Get block support. Oh yeah, we had that issue where get block support was a little tricky because it didn't seem to work with core blocks for some reason. And I'm not sure why that is. Oh, I should start this up, shouldn't I? Okay. Get categories was cool. I think we got all of these. Get default block name, get unregistered. Oh yeah, okay, cool. So we finished these. Okay, so then what I got to do is I'm just going to make another file inside of my data example block, and I'm only doing a block. This is not a good place to demonstrate all these things, but we haven't in the course yet introduced a sidebar API. Maybe you should do that first, but you kind of need these to, well, I don't know. I think it'd be fine. So we have core blocks.js, and we could grab all this stuff here. Const blocks. Oop. I think we want to call this core blocks, because if I export that, Wait, what are we creating here? A function that's returning that? It doesn't even need to return it. Okay, so then I could export default. And then in my testeroo, I've already got core, so now I could grab core blocks. Oh. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to put all the different functions here. Like here's an export core. Yeah, rather than a bunch of different files, let's just do that. Okay. Change in plans. Let's grab this out. And let's store it all in one gigantic data file, and we'll just delete this blocks one. Okay. Horrible architecture, but whatever. I could close that out or search it, so I think we could just do export const core blocks, whatever. I'm okay with that, I think. So then I could just pull out multiple things from data. Cool. Yeah, I could live with that. Again, I don't know if this is going to like actually go in the course. I just want to know for my own sake how to use all these because somebody's bound to ask and it helps to have something to point to, right? So, all right, what do we got to do next? Now we start coding the next one. So what's the next library that we cover? Back here, we do blocks and then editor. I'm skipping annotations because they are still in experimental mode and I'm going to have to record them at some point, but I don't want to do them when they have to be repeated. So let's go to the editor one next. So how I do this is pretty laborious, but whatever. Select core editor. I don't know if you could see that screen. Wait. Hold on. Let's stop this crazy action, the stuff that we already have, and let's try that again. Okay. So basically, that's way too much code to paste. Can I do this? How gnarly is that going to look? I'll take it. There's got to be a faster way to do that. I know somebody's sitting there like, oh my gosh, do you really take that long to select all those things? Just do a find all and replace. Yes, find all and replace. That would be a better one. Oop, hold on. I probably could throw in some commas while I'm at it. No, because I'm going to use these differently. Okay. First of all, I'm going to come back to these insert, these things that look like, I'm going to come back to that. Okay. So this is a little format we had. We had console log, and then we said what it was, and then we were actually calling it. Do we have data select up here? Yeah, so we could just go select core editor. We are now on the editor. So all the different stores in WordPress, including the custom ones that you can make, have their own data stores. And this is how we figure out what all of them do. Okay. Oh, yeah. It ain't going to be working yet. But let's try this and just comment out all these and see if I just want to check that this is the right format of how I want stuff working. So refresh it. Okay, can insert block type false. So I'm guessing that can insert block type. Then we come to the good old handy Gutenberg handbook documentation. Let's come handbook and down into designer developer doc, data module, and we are now on the editor data. And let's find ourselves a function. Okay, editor state. Remember, we skipped that. The block name. Ooh, look at this. Somebody put in an example of what it is. I want to track down that comment and thank you. So sweet. By the way, if anybody wants to watch these videos and go back through all the documentation and update it with these examples, oh, that would also be awesome. I know I should really do it. We're going to have a contributor day for the JavaScript for WordPress conference. One day of just like, I have a Google Doc of stuff that I would love to see updated and literally have things that we could copy and paste all over and contribute back and do that. That would be fun. Okay. Where'd our posts go? Cool. Can't insert block type. You know that's right. So if I were to put a hook in, then I guess, so this is just a generic check that allows you to see if something can be updated or not. Gotta get that good kombucha going. All right, you know, you earn the good drink after you get one working example. Let's get like 20 more now. Okay, so next one up. Well, we did can't insert block type, right? Can user undefined can user use unfiltered HTML? So I'm guessing this is going to take some sort of user, yeah? Like a user ID or something. Let's just start commenting these out as we go along. Try that again. Yeah, so is this taking... So this will figure out our current user and see if they have unfiltered HTML capability. If they don't, cool. I guess that's maybe being used as an editor check. Again, I don't know if this is really something that you need to be checking, but cool. Should I be putting comments on these? I'm going to put notes. Then I'll remember, and then we read and we understand. Okay, so this just, but this is all in the documentation. Okay, I'm not going to rewrite the documentation. I might add notes. Like this though, uses logged in user. Cool. But I guess that's also apparent just by looking at this and seeing that nothing is there. So if it's a working example and nothing is there, then we should be fine knowing that we don't need to add anything. So maybe these notes aren't necessary. Okay. Did post save request fail? Yikes. I really hope you're not writing code that needs to check for this stuff, but I think that one's pretty straightforward. How do we simulate this? Okay, let's go to our network connection and go offline, and then go back to our console, and then update. Boom! Did post save request fail? Fail, fail, fail. And now if we come back to network and we go online and we go, did it fail? No, it did not fail. Why do you say did fail? That sounds so negative. No, just kidding. Pretty standard. Cool. Don't know. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you don't want something happening unless you know for certain that it's safe to do it. Did save request fail? Okay, I'm not even, well, yes, I am going to code it, but this seems ridiculous now. I mean, you know what? What I'm doing is ridiculous. Going through all of these and just feeling like I want to know what all of them are. Okay, this is interesting. Did save request succeed? Yeah. Did it fail? False. Did it succeed? True. Man. Really? Really, y'all? Do we need both of those? Whatever. Thanks for building Gutenberg. I'm actually very grateful. Let's keep rolling. Get active. We'll comment these out, though. That seems pretty straightforward. No, you know what we got to do? Here, hold on. This is taking too long. Oh, no, because I don't have them coded. I just wanted to look at all the examples. I guess we can go one by one. It's going to be faster, though, right, to code them all out and then go through them. Assembly line versus having to context switch, right? So same action again and again. You repeat it. I'm sure there's somebody that knows faster way of doing this too. We feel so clever when we get faster as programmers, right? I don't know, I do. Kind of enjoy the like typing and clickety-clacketing aspect of it too. I don't know, y'all, I'm just talking. Dead air time, right? Okay. So you can read these out as we're going along, probably guess what a lot of these are going to be doing. Get block count, we've already done some of these. Get dependency cache bus, get hierarchical root client. Actually, that sounds important. Getting something, if you're like in a column block and you want to find out, get block index, what's that going to be? That's going to be the like where you are in the block array, like I'm the 5th block, and move it to something else. Get block insertion point. What does that mean? Like where's the insertion point? Can you insert anywhere? Is it like an active insertion point? Get block settings. Yeah, that makes sense. It's probably just get block list settings. I don't know what that means. Get block mode. Not sure about that either. Get block name. Pretty sure what that does. Gets the block name, gets the block order, and I'm guessing some of these take a client ID, which is a block ID, as a variable so that they know what they're getting. Get root, get block root client ID, yeah, same thing, upper in the hierarchy of where you are. Oh, hold on, am I doing this right? Yep. Get selection end, so if you have a bunch of blocks selected, where am I stopping, where am I starting? Geez Louise, y'all, you could do everything programmatically here, which is going to be really exciting for what you could do with block development, is basically anything you could do with the UI, which, hey, that just sounds like good app architecture to me. Anything you could do it with the API. Well, we'll see how far that is true, but so far, it looks like a ton. And just to think, like behind the scenes, these are all Redux actions and other things built up, and all we have to do as WordPress devs is just call a function. So this is where Matt was like, learn JavaScript deeply, and then he's like, psych, just kidding, just learn blocks deeply, which is learning Redux here, but we're not learning Redux really, because all we're doing is just getting a bunch of functions that we could call, and as WordPress developers, you know what to do with functions, right? You call them, configure them, not much to it. Okay, get the current post. See, this is an exciting one. You want to get the title of the post in your block, or the block ID. Get post attribute. Do posts have attributes? How about attributes? Whoa, can you save an attribute for a post just like you can with an individual block? That would be cool, and I did not know that. That would actually, somebody's asking me today about how to do some interesting things in chat, and that would help if you can. Okay, there we can get the current post ID straight up. Straight up. That's how we like to code. Don't be ridiculous. All right. Revisions count. Okay. Post revisions, how many you've got? That's kind of cool. You've edited this how many times? You could even gamify editing of stuff. I don't know. Get edited post attributes. So again, I'm really curious. Hold on, I'm too curious. I gotta stop the train. I wanna see what this does. This post attribute. Where was it? Get current post attribute. Well, it's empty. I want to know what it is. Well, I got the ID. Hold on. I'm going to go look this one up just because it's piquing my curiosity. Attribute name. I didn't know the posts could have attributes. Where is that stored? Okay, let's go look this up in the source code and see if it gives us any insight into what type of attribute we're talking about. Well, hold on, let me just see if there's something about WordPress I don't know. WordPress post attributes. Obviously. Page attribute, add custom attribute. Okay, nope. Oh, post attributes? No, 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 no. Oh, post attributes, which would be one of these things. Is like a permalink a post attribute? I doubt it. Still undefined. Page attributes, post, but we want post attributes. Yeah, page attribute. Oh, because I don't have post attributes enabled because that is a custom thing to enable that, right? Okay, I don't think it's what I thought it was. I'm gonna still look around and see. Oh, link is one. Let's use link. And let's comment out all the other ones we've done. Except I like this get current post one. I'll comment out before that. Wow, look at all that coding. And a little, oh no. Test here. And let's do this again. Howdy, howdy, welcome. Welcome to the JavaScript Data API Hour here, hanging out, having some fun. You know that's right. Okay. Get current post attribute link is what we're trying to find. Boom. Okay, so that gives us that post. Cool. I want to know what all the attributes are. So get post attributes was one, right? Get edited post attribute. Is attributes plural anywhere in here? Yeah. What's this one? No, that's block attributes. I don't want block attributes. I want to get all the post attributes. No, so it looks like you have to know what all the post attributes are, which I would love to see documented. And let me make sure that Google WordPress post attributes. I think I'm going to have to search a little bit deeper. Page attributes. Okay, let's look in the search in Gutenberg itself and see where this is being used. Current post link. That's cool. Anywhere else here? Nope. This is probably the function itself. Foo. Title. That's cool. Let's try title. Actually, this is something worth putting in the notes here, right? I think. Parameters, link, title. Let's test out title. Cool. Title works. Really though? No option of what? Oh, get parent toast. Get parent toasts. Maybe this has. We were looking for the attributes, but I don't see attributes as an option here. Can it be any of these? Like, can I do slug? Well, can I do slug? Okay, that makes sense. And then I could probably do ID. Cool, I like that. Nice, okay. Takes as a parameter any value from get current post. Any property. See, this is why this stuff is good to do, I think, maybe. Okay. Where were we? We still had a bunch to go. Holy crack. See, this is also why I'm like, is this worth doing? Let me just look through these. Edited post content. So I guess this is just going to be after save, and we could like subscribe to that only if it's edited. Yeah, some of these... Okay. Possible change in plan after looking at all of these because, sorry, this isn't going to be super easy to read with dark gray, I know. So I'm just going to read through these and see if I get what all of them do. Because some of them, like the current post and stuff, will seem more relevant. Editor settings, I want to know what that does. So let's just bust this out right here. I'm going to copy it, comment all these out. But I am going to do this one. Okay, get editor settings. Nice. Ooh, what's colors about? Really? So those are going to be, wow. Editor settings, I like you. This is a pretty cool hook. So you could see, now align wide. So I guess you could turn off align wide for the editor if it's not supported in a theme, right? Okay. Allow block types. True, I guess that just means all of them are available. Allowed MIME types for the editor itself. Disable custom colors, cool. So you could probably change this to true and then they can't override them. Disable post formats. Focus mode, don't know what that is, might not want to mess with it. Default font sizes. Max width, I think that there are hooks and things to change that. Post lock is post lock. Oh, cool. So this is how, like, if you come in to edit the same post, we could see that somebody else is editing it and it could be locked. I think that's what that is. Oh, look at you, styles, different styles that are being added. Does that include mine? Let's find these all. Oh, that does include the theme styles. Whoa, what's that one? Hold on, I want to go back to that. Cool. Okay, so get editor settings.styles will give you all the different styles that are loaded. There's got to be another way to get that. Cool. Okay, I like that one. That one was worth coding for me. Let's come looking through our list some more. Get first multi-selected block client. Jeez, what? Get first multi-selected block client ID. So I bet that's if having to do with selecting a bunch of elements and doing stuff with them when they're selected, which to me like sounds like it's just going to be confusing. So I don't want to like play code out examples. I'd want to really think through that. But if you think about it, this could be dope, right? Like imagine if I select a couple of these and you figure out that these are selected and you hook into some sort of option here and you're like, hey, add these all to this row, right? Or grab 3 things and break it into 3 rows. You could potentially do some cool stuff with that. And if you didn't hook in here, I don't know if we've looked at how to hook into, this is probably in filters somewhere, I'm guessing. Now I want to know, but I'll come back to that all in due time. But you could easily throw up a sidebar or something that would allow you to do something cool with that. So get global block count. What's this about? I want to know what that is. Get global block count. $24. So this is a nice and confusing number, right? Because we know that the block count on the page is 16, but is it 16 even if we have inner blocks? So now it says it's 25, that still says 16. So it must be that, no way, did I just see something? What? I did not know that that was in default columns. Blowing my mind. What? Did y'all know that? Did you know that default columns have? Oh no. You know why? Sorry about that. I'm using the Cadence plugin. Oopsies. Sorry to get y'all excited there. That is not built into WordPress. This is why plugins exist. Okay. Cadence plugin, go check it out. Let's plug it hard now. Cadence block. Ooh, look at that. Actually, I want to check this out now that I'm here. I've said for a long time, like whoever can start building really cool little mini layout and column blocks in Gutenberg are really going to be helping folks out. So making something that looks a little bit smoother. I like this. Ooh, did they even hack into the add block? Because that looks... Is that different? Theirs is bigger. It might just be the same though. I love nice interfaces. Ooh, look at this. You could use the blocks, but it also comes in to be editable. Really clean. Okay, this is not a course about using plugins. This is about building them. But a good example of what you can build. Okay, coming back to our thing. So global block count is going to, I'm just going to add a note here, includes blocks inside blocks, nested blocks, inner blocks, verse get block count, just parent blocks. Cool. Okay. Feel good about that demo. Get inserter items. What's that about? Don't know what that is. Let's see what we got here. Holy cow, there's a lot. Okay, so that's just what is available with the inserter, which is probably available another way through like get blocks, but here you could just see what's available with the inserter. Guess that could be handy. I mean, some of this stuff, right, is not necessarily like for us. It's like, hey, when you click this, this needs access to what's available. Although this is probably not what it's calling because it's first enqueuing them by, or organizing them by something else. Okay, just curious. Get last multi-selected block ID. That's kind of cool. Get multi-selected blocks. Let's try this one. Even though I don't know that I'd want to code it all out, ATM, but let's check it out. Now, because we're subscribed, it should work for us, but otherwise, hold on. This probably wouldn't work because it would get called once and then you'd select your blocks after that was called. And so, yeah, see, we're going to get an empty, but then once we start selecting blocks, block selected. So if you wanted to have a little button or a little functionality or something, you could say, hey, get my multi-selected blocks, map over each of those. Map and then get the block, and then go ahead and return me the, or let's just log out the block ID, client ID, lock, client ID, and then you could use that for all sorts of things, right? So I don't know if this is going to work, but let's try it. Oh, we can't put this inside of a console log. Let's see if that works. Yeah, look at that. Give me some client IDs. Gimme, gimme, gimme. So we could do, and then we could call a dispatch and be like, every time I select a multiple block, delete it. No, we wouldn't want to do that, but we could grab them and make something available and all that good jazz. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave this. No, let's just do the regular example. That's fair. Cool. I like that one. Oh my gosh, look at this. Get current, get all the block IDs. So that's pretty cool. Get next block client ID. Oh, no way. That sounds cool. Then you could do some fun stuff in a block, like, I don't know what, but we're going to get the JavaScript. Okay. Okay, so it's null, but if I get this, then it's going to show me the next one is going to be this one. I don't know. That's kind of cool. I don't know when I would use it, but it's always good to know where you're at and how to traverse stuff around, so that's awesome. Oh, we can get the permalink directly. I like that option. And I love what I'm seeing next in this list. Let me just code out both of these together. Get permalink parts, because you know so often when you work with permalinks, right, you're basically just breaking it up into little parts, so that's pretty cool. Let's see how those look. Ooh. That's cool. That could be helpful. I like that. I like how they break the post name apart. Now, hold on. I want to try something. I want to come back into my permalink settings. And let's change it to be this. Normally, I use the default settings, but or the slug, so that's just the name of the site. So that now, cool. Okay, so prefix, it just gives you everything leading up to right before whatever the URL is. But I know a lot of times, well, we're not in a decoupled environment. Everything I was about to say was in a like headless context, so that doesn't really hold there, but cool, data API. Y'all, I cannot wait till we have the data API on the front end of the site. Imagine once we get all these functions just in a theme and we could just be like, boom, pull everything from state. We basically have like headless inside of WordPress. It's gonna be cool. Right, until we start being like, hey, why can't we run Node on the same server as WordPress? And some smart people probably figure it out. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, what's next? Get post edits, get post lock user. I like that so that you could figure out who's locked. Again, a lot of this stuff is just WordPress internals, right? WordPress needs this, so it's just exposing everything so that it could use it. Get previous. Okay, so we got our next block and we got our previous block. That's kind of cool. Get selected block. That's huge. I'm going to code this just because somebody's going to point to it and be like, how do I get the current block that is selected? No block selected? Watch this. Selected. Get the block. And then the next one is equally as important. Just give me the client ID directly. And that's going to be a super handy one. No block selected. Selected. Ooh, what does it do when I select the title? Okay, so no fold the title. Get selected block count. I like that. Get selected block initial caret position. What's that about? Just comment out these other ones. Cool. Okay, initial caret position. Get selected blocks plural. Okay, so I got one block, null. I get a bunch, still null. Get selected blocks initial caret position. Okay, so maybe it was like you're supposed to be adding a block. So you start with a paragraph because it's like a caret position, right? And then you come down and select. Still null. Okay. Let's add a note here. Oh, you know what? Hold on. We didn't even look at the documentation for this and see if it needs some sort of value. No, it doesn't. Position the caret properly when the selected blocks change. Return the initial caret position for the block. Well, I didn't see it super working. That's okay. I don't see it being super helpful. Except to the people who built Gutenberg. So if you've got it working, cool. All right, let's see what else we got. Get state before optimistic transition. What? Who named that? Returns state object per... Okay. What is an optimistic transition ID at the sake of sounding like I don't know what I'm talking about? Not actually locked when it's first accessed, instead state at the resource. Would have been locked with the persistent locking approach is saved. So maybe it's after it's saved. Honestly, not too worried about that one. Someone that's going to make a ton of sense too. Get suggested, what? Suggested post format? That's an interesting thing. Like, so, hold on. Let's play with that. Okay, so what if I delete all my blocks and I add a data block and I add an image block and that's it? Any suggestions? Okay, let's see if this takes any parameters. No. Return suggested post format and only if there's a single block within the post and it's of a known post type to match default format. Yeah, so that's totally the case, except I want to see this code inside of a block, so I bet that this would work if, I'm just going to put a note, would not work in block, but would work in sidebar or outside a block. Requires single block on page. In editor. Cool. Get the template. Heck yeah, I like that one. I'm just going to code up that because I like templates. I think templates are going to be a cool part of WordPress going forward. We need a better UI for it because, like, I don't want to go code a template right now, but it would be really cool to have a template builder for Gutenberg. Template, block template builder. WordPress, let's try that first. I'm trying to see if I could do searches without Gutenberg. No. Nope. Block template plugin. Oh, no way. I don't think this is block template. Ooh, look at that sweet editor. For those who don't want WordPress to move forward, remember these days? I do. I remember when this was a redesign that was hot. Okay, let's find a different plugin here. Gutenberg Templates. See, what y'all may or may not know about me is I like teaching how to code all this stuff from scratch, but I also like using plugins that make it all a lot easier to do stuff. Oh, this is kind of hot. Who built this? Konstantinos? Shout out, my friend. Let's try this sucker out. Okay. Because this is going to allow me to build templates without having to code them into my theme. Oh my gosh, they're so easy to code into my theme. I forgot that I had a plugin right here to do it. But now that I've seen this plugin, I want to try it. If you're not sure how to code templates, they go in my Gutenberg theming course, did with Joe Casabona. We've got a repo on how to do it, but now I'm going to try it with this plugin here. Gutenberg Templates. Yikes. In the repo, it doesn't even show up. Isn't that what it was called? Yeah. Oh, man. Need to work on that optimization. Let's try something else. Boom. Now we got it. Really, y'all? Really? Do not make me have to download a plugin. Man, you must really want this, man, if you're willing to... Okay, there's 15 pages. I guess I could click through. There we go. All right, if this is a cool, we got to rank it up. Give it a little bit more search findability. So now we've got this Gutenberg template, and let's say, what are we going to call this? Media post. And it's going to have a single media. Oh wait, we don't need a media thing. Yeah, we could have a default media image. Boom, right? Okay, so how do these settings work? That's my block setting. Use this template for... Ah, so I thought we'd set it somewhere else. Okay, so this is going to now work for all posts, but where's my ability to lock the template or not? Because that is an important settings. Oh, I didn't realize that these plugins are showing up all throughout the Gutenberg editor, so it might be smart, I'm just realizing, to make sure that we put some conditional checks to make sure that we're on the actual page that we want. I love this new Viewport one. Doesn't seem to be working. Oh, cadence blocks. Sorry. Okay, so we updated that. Let's come down into posts, add a new post. That should have an image block there. Unless I'm not understanding how to use this. Well, so now I come into post, add a new post. Gutenberg template. The current post type post already has a Gutenberg template assigned media post. If you want to assign another, choose it from the list below. So media post had a block in it already. All right, I tried. I'm sure that this works, but now it's just going to be, oop, I like that one. Let's go back. It's just going to be faster to do this manually, so we'll just pop that out. I do like the idea of this, and I do like plugins that do this stuff, but we've already got code for this. Z Gordon, Gutenberg theming course. If you ever want to check out that repo, might enjoy. And CPT block templates right here, library right here. Get that PHP code. Nothing JavaScript developers love more than that PHP code, because it's JavaScript for WordPress, right? So, you know, what, us and Laravel developers, that's the only ones out there doing PHP these days, right? Oh, well, sorry, Drupal, forgot about that. Okay, let's get back to work here. Server side, that's not server side. Okay, hold on. Register blocks, server side. This is register block categories. Let's put that before it. Oops. And then register block templates. And that's going to be block templates. Then we're going to throw in a new file called block templates.pitchpa. That's how you code, right? Throw stuff in and it should just work. Let's at least get our name spacing right though. I'm just trying to look at what we got here. Okay, post type, a heading, I don't know. This worked in the theming course. Let's just see what it does here. Okay, so now if I go into posts, add a new one. Yeah, that's how we do it. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so in this, let's add my crazy cool block. And it is called JS4WP example blocks data example, and let's just code that sucker in right there, right? It doesn't need any special configuration because it is working on its own. So now I could refresh this and I should get my console back. And now I've got get template. So get template to start. Yep, it started off with everything. And then, why does it look different now? Let's try this again. Text columns block is deprecated. Oh, yikes. Hold on, there's some problems here. All that needs to be replaced with that. Okay, so text columns is not a thing anymore. Bummer. Kind of like that one. I think it's just straight columns now, right? Because it went text columns they figured out, and then the other one, and then the other one. Let's see. Yeah, they like that now. I should edit that in that course. Oh well. Joe is revamping that whole thing, so I will let him handle all of that. All right. Cool. Get the template. It gives us that, and then I'm guessing it gives us the data, but the first time it loads on the page, no, it looks like it's pretty decent now. Same thing. Okay, cool. I actually expected it to get a template name, but it gives you the actual template itself, including all the different placeholders. So I'm guessing somewhere there's a hook or a filter or an action to come into that and modify the template. And we could also see if it's locked, right? It's not locked. Come back into template block. And now we're going to call a template lock. I'm just going to guess until I get it right. Template lock. True. How do you write PHP anymore? I don't even remember, man. Is that how you write it? No, it's an object. Semicolon? Right? No, it's not. It's an if statement. Yeah, they need semicolons in JavaScript. Now it's locked. What? First guess. Nailed it. Cool. That's good code to me, man. I could just guess what the name is going to be and it's going to work. I mean, I have done it a few times, but whatever. All right, get token settings. What is that about? What are tokens inside of Gutenberg for? I'm quite curious. Okay, that's not the most helpful. And we need a token name, so are there other token ones that might give us options from everything? No, only this. Okay. You've got my curiosity piqued. Let's take a look at this one here. Sorry, in the live view you can't listen to this at double speed. Get token settings. I have no idea. Let's just start throwing things into token settings. Well, good. That's better. Cannot read property post. Let's go look in the Gutenberg sourcey source, see what we get. We get documentation and we get the actual selector. Oh, man. State tokens. Where's tokens from? Token settings object or the name token. Okay, now I'm curious to just search for token everywhere. Nope, but we should probably spell it right. Okay. Got a form component. Token list. Ooh, something's going to give me the token list. Sorry, I'm not even really reading this. Initial value to assign returns the associated string. DOM token list value. Okay, there's something I just don't know about then. Value must return result running context object serialized steps. What spec are we looking at here? Okay, I just don't know what a DOM token list is, or it's been a while, and I need to look that up. Space separated tokens such as return as class list. Okay, I mean, a little embarrassing. I don't think I know about this. DOM tokens. Always something new. That doesn't even show anything. What is a DOM token? O'Reilly, come on, take it home, O'Reilly. Set of space, yeah, again, when are they used? Class name of an element. Cool. Okay, that's new to me. I hope y'all don't mind. I'm going to skip over that. Someone's going to know what that is using. But like you see, like it's not really getting used in, well, no, this actually might be getting used quite a bit in, there's a whole package for token list. Constructible plain object token list implementation supporting non-browser runtimes. Oh, okay, cool. All right, construct an initial new token list. All right, I seriously still don't. When to use DOM token list? Or is it that DOM token lists are already being created? Man, not a lot on this sucker. Come on, I want that medium post. DOM and bomb, no. Yeah, hold on. Note, for CSS classes, we've also got class list property collection of the DOM list tokens that list all the elements. Oh, hold on now. Okay, so if we select an item, hold on, how do we select an item in the DOM, then we come into the DOM. Nope, yep. Token list. No, I want to search over here. I can't. I cannot. Are token lists something that... See, what I'm wondering is, are these values pulled from a token list, is what it seems to say? I don't know. If you're watching and you know an explanation, throw it in the chat, por favor, and let us know. But interface maps foreign... So I know what class list is, but where's the DOM token? Only time it's mentioned. Let's see what else we got. Okay, I think I understand now. So using class list, DOM property on element will return a DOM token list. So a DOM token list is a list of things, of properties that you can use for an element. Okay, this honestly sounds vaguely familiar. The more and more I look at this, the more it's like kind of coming back. Time to time I'll go like super in depth and trying to understand the DOM, but all right, I'm moving on. Oh, hold on. What would be a possible one? Let's try like class name. No, sir. Can it read class name of undefined? So it's saying that this is even undefined? Or it's expecting something totally different. Let's see, what was it looking for? The token name. I don't know. I thought that class name might be a token name. Object.get token settings. Yeah, okay. Let's just keep cruising. Dude, there's so many of these, it is not worth at this point trying to do this. Has changed content. Ooh, I like that one though. Got my boot camp students checking in. You ever want to learn a little bit more, get some action like this on a regular basis, come check out my JavaScript for WordPress bootcamp. Half JavaScript, half WordPress, a whole lot of fun. We got Fabian in the channel, our current TA, bootcamp grad, doing good things in life. Okay, change content. Okay, changing the title is not content. Now I've changed content. Cool, so if you want to hook in every single time that they change content and do something crazy or just know about it, I like that one. Yeah, can you turn on and off the undo and redo? Has inserter items, has multi-selection. So I'm guessing this means that there are filters that can turn all of these on and off. What's has selected block? Oh, I like that. So you could just see if any block is selected. So normally we looked at some in the past that were like get this block ID or get the selected block, but here you could just say, do they have any selected blocks? False, false, false. Watch this. Boom, it's true. But we don't get which one it is. It's just a true false value. So, but that could be if you wanted to like add a plugin like that switches out of one panel and automatically hides in, like, okay, let's say that I was building my toolbar, right? Or my sidebar plugin. And we've got this cool example that we'll build where you could just jump to all the different blocks and see what's going on a page, right? Let's say that if they selected a block and this was open, I wanted to untoggle this, open this, and open the block settings for them. That might be something kind of cool. You could potentially do it, or you could be like, go to like add a little settings thing here and go to block settings and you could select that and open it up. Oh, no, that would be different. This is like if they selected it. Okay. So All right, let me adjust this again. Boom. All right. Has selected inner block. I'm just going to code another one of those because that seems handy dandy. I also want to turn off my templates, so I'm just going to come back down into my PitchPa file, my main PitchPa file, and do no thanks on that one. But it will still hold all the others, so let's just delete. Ah, yes. And now I want my colorful quote. Yeah. Cool. I like this color teal. All right, let's keep rolling. Has selected inner block. Okay, so let's put a column block. And put that, and put that, and put that, put that. Save that. Oh, publish that, I mean. Okay, so if I do has selected inner block, let's uncomment both of these and look at them together. Has selected inner block is false, okay, because there's nothing. And now we click on one, and has selected block is true, and now we click on one inner. Wait, that should be true. Has selected inner block. I selected an inner block. Oh, because this should not be doing that. Let's try that again. I don't know if that's going to matter. Okay. Uh-oh, that's not good. This is not an inner block, I don't think. Now they're both returning true? And look at has selected inner block. It's toggling. Oh, did you know that? Is that default behavior? Okay, hold on. If I click in, if I click into a block and then I click again, no, that was just something weird. Okay, let's maybe do this with a bit more room here. Sorry, I might not be able to read this console anymore, but just want to, okay. Select one block. Selected inner block is true there. Now selected inner block is false, even though I did just select what would be considered an inner block. But then when I select this one, it's true. And then if I select the actual block, then it's true. Seems to do the seems to return false when a inner block is actually selected. Weird. Okay. Whatever. See, this is why it's worth testing these things, I think. Who knows? All right, let's pick up the paste. In some history, is ancestor multi-selected? That's probably similar to parent. Is auto-saving post? Is block multi-selected? Ooh, is a specific block selected? That one's actually kind of important. So here we need a client ID. So let me just grab a client ID real quick. Children class name. Go up. Client ID. Copy that. Oh, but you know what? This is going to be unique, I think, each time the page is loaded. So this might not be the client ID once I refresh this page. I think these are unique each time. I don't think the block maintains it. Yeah. So, okay, watch this. Get the client ID again. Get the block, go up, up, up until I see client ID. Grab this client ID, come into our console, run this code, and then paste in our current client ID, which is selected. Ah, hold on, select it again. wp.data.select. True. Okay, now I click out of here. False. Okay, so that works. You just have to get the client ID. Cool. All right, that's a good one. Is block valid? Caret insertion is current post pending. Is current post published? Ah, darn. These are actually kind of helpful. Let me just throw in one of these. Is current post published? I kind of like that. That's something to be nice to listen to and see, you know, find out when it's published or not. It's cool. Is it scheduled? Is post dirty? I'm guessing before. Unsaved values for current edit sessions, false if state matches the saved. Oh, not what I was expecting. Okay. Is edited post empty? Ooh, is edited post new? I like that one. Wait, how can an edited post be new? I just realized that doesn't actually make sense. Let's find out what that one is. Is edited post new? Returns true if currently edited post is yet to be saved. False if it has been saved. Okay, let's test this out. Save it. Refresh it. Is edited post new? False. Okay, quote me now. Edited post has not yet been saved. But maybe it was because we need to go back to all posts and click in. Is edited post new? False. It's still false. Get saved. Okay, let's try it a different way. New post. Oh, you know why? Because it might be that, okay, so needs to be completely new post, and edit means the post being edited, not necessarily that it is an edit, that you're editing an actual post. Cool. Is it publishable? I like that. Is it savable? Is first multi-selected block? What? Is multi-selecting? That's kind of cool. So we could see, hey, are they selecting a bunch of stuff at the moment? If so, let's do some things. If not, is post lock? Is post takeover? Is previewing post? This is what I was curious about because I want to know what it means by I want to know what it means by previewing. So we go previewing post. All right, let's refresh that. Okay, so if I click preview, ooh, is previewing post. So how do they know that I'm still previewing it? Like, see now, is previewing post false, but then when I click on it, it's still false. When I click on it, it's still false. When I close it, save it, mark it with the B, it's still false. That was weird. The first time is previewing post, boom, we hit it there, then it was true for a second. But then if we close it and we come back here and they do some more stuff like yada, 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 save it, preview again, it's not going to get triggered. So I'd be a little weary being too reliable on that one, and I'm going to add a note of that. Does not seem to get triggered. Seems to only get triggered first time. Okay, is publish sidebar enabled? Can they disable the entire publish sidebar? I guess so. Is publishing post, is saving post? Let's do that. Because maybe we want to do a special UI when our block is being saved or something. I don't know. Maybe it's not a block. Let's see. Is publishing post? Let's do is saving, because I'm guessing that's going to be the same as is publishing, but I don't want to keep creating brand new posts just to test it. So we're going to do is saving. New post, new to. Update is saving. True, 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 false. I like that one. That's cool. Okay, now I do want to try publishing a new, brand new post and compare these two. All right, so now I'm going to go to new post, new, and then I'm going to tab in and do my data API example. Is publishing post false? Is saving post undefined? So it's still undefined. I'm going to do some more, and then I'm going to publish it. And is publishing, okay, let's track this order. Because this is subscribe, anytime any state changes anywhere, we're going to, oh, which reminds me, I have to ask a question to Greg, one of the developers. So I've been trying to, a lot of the Gutenberg developers are off at a conference or a gathering at the moment. So it's right when I have a ton of questions, of course, and I haven't been able to ask them, but they're still helping asynchronously, which is awesome. So one of the things I was wondering is subscribe. To specific things only. Cool, make a note to ask that. All right, so is publishing false, is saving true? So this is weird, it hit, is saving started to activate before, and then is publishing was activated, then they were both true for a while, and then is publishing turned to false, and then is saving was false, but these are actually at the same time, and then it stayed that way. Cool, so now if we add some more and we update, we should see at one point is saving is true, but is publishing stays false. Dope. Oh, no way, is there an is typing? I like that one, let's check out that one. Come on now. I am How do you know if I'm still typing? Am I still typing? I'm in a field, right? Ooh, I stopped. Start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it's going to wait till the next autosave is triggered. So I bet if I click out of this, or if I move, typing, 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 move the cursor, as soon as it checks that I'm wow, is it tracking just hover? Yeah, because it's tracking the hover state. Type, 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 hover, mouse moved, type and mouse move, it toggles both. Cool. So if I type and tab, or if I type and then click out, well, before I even click out, it's registered that the mouse is moved, is typing. Cool. Returns false once mouse moves, along with other things, probably. Cool. Holy cow, y'all, is valid template. I'm guessing that that is just a hook for the editor itself to use. I doubt that you would have to check to see if something is a valid template. But I guess for testing wise, you could use some of their built-in functions. Okay. I might need a break and to stop at this point, but I have it all coded out and I think I understand. I did skip a bunch of these this time around, which honestly I'm kind of okay with, but let me go back, uncomment the ones I did. So we had let's do a group here. Console.group. Whoa, that's not it. This is core editor. And then I'm going to zoom way out so that I could get all this stuff selected. That's supposed to be. And then selected. Actually, what happens when I just do all of this? I think it's going to break a bunch of stuff, right? That's not nearly close. Okay, got to do this a little bit better. Like, what does this do? Can it tell when it's a... No, it can't. Darn. Okay, I just need to go through now. This is going to take me a second to just find everything that's a console versus otherwise. You don't need to necessarily see this, but when I open it up, I want it to be able to work. See, this is what you get from the live stream. I definitely will not be doing all this in the course because that would be insane. Although, being slightly insane myself, I have wanted to do like a library deep dive of just how to use all of these, but we're going to let these YouTube archives serve as that for a while, because what I'm really afraid of is that they're going to add a new one and then I got to update it, or something's going to change or extend, and like, yeah, I don't know that the API is there yet. But this will definitely help me to be able to like reference cool ones, and if folks need to know how they work, we should be good. And then we got a group end. Cool. Hit it. I forgot something somewhere. Yeah, I commented out something that shouldn't have been commented out. Oh, it's telling me what line number it is. 11? No. There we go. Is that test here? Actually, we could remove that because now we're testing there. Gravy train? Cool. Give me that vegan gravy train. That nutritional yeast gravy train, so good. Cannot read class name of undefined. Yeah, one of these didn't work. We couldn't figure out, or I couldn't figure out how to do get token settings. Sure what tokens to pass. Sorry, I can zoom in a little bit on that now. So we'll just leave that one uncommented. Let's see how it does now. Cool, 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 cool. Killing it. Core editor. Boom, that's how we do it. Okay. So now I could take all of this again and come up to my console group start. Wow, this is a lot we did here. Right there. And I'm going to pull that out and go into my data. I'm going to say export const core editor. Now y'all know the secret repo, all the selectors, trying them out, seeing how they do. And let's just make sure that it still works. Core editor. And now we should be able to say core editor, and it should actually just be the exact same thing as we have here. Cool. Okay. All right, a little laborious, but I'm going to try to keep going because we ain't done yet, y'all. WP data. Well, let's look at which one is next. Edit post. These aren't all so big. Notices and nucks are a little bit smaller. So edit post is going to be the next big one I got to do, and then I think we're good. Although then I want to look at all the dispatches. Hey, Seuss, man, what are you doing to yourself? How big we got it this time? That's not as bad as before. No, look at that. Plus, these ones are kind of a little bit more fun, I think. Oh, wait, can I just go like, no, that won't work. Look at that. That's nice. Cool, cool. Shall we one more time? Console group. Now we're going to be looking at the core edit post, I believe. Console.endgroup. Oh, this makes so much more sense when you type it all out at once. And let's be a little bit smarter about this time. And we'll say copy, find, replace with nothing. How do we find and replace all? Sorry, there are things still about this editor that I don't know. I remember all this in other ones, but I'm afraid to place all items. Shift enter. Cool. All right, let's just wrap these all in some comments. Indent them all. Get some comments. And then, what was the format we had again? We said console log, and then we said the name of whatever it is. And we had, and then we were doing we just had select already, and this one's looking at edit post. And then dot. Cool. Let's see if it works. Nice, nice and broken. That's what I like to see. Because it's not group end. Okay, slightly better. That isn't right either. What? Hold on. Console dot group end. Is it not a function? I think it's a function. I just wrote it as a function. Yep. What am I think it's something simple I'm missing, right? Group? No. Okay, let me just try something to make sure. Yeah, okay, that works. We call select, oh, core edit post. Yeah, that's why. Okay, get active sidebar general name, active sidebar edit post document, cadence editor with cadence thingy, JS for WP advanced. This obviously is not good name spacing. Let's go look at why that is. Table of contents. That's not where it's registered. We have a plugins index file. Where am I registering my plugins? Where am I calling register plugin? Ah, it's down here. Okay. So JS for WP Advanced B, I think we can namespace it that way. Weird. Then do I just call this? I'm really nervous that that wouldn't be. Oh, I'm really nervous about that having another name. Is that truly namespace that way? Like if we open this, it's saying that this is the name of what we have. So that means I should be able to change this to just TOC. But I'm worried, what if somebody else has an active TOC? I guess it is. Yeah, but see, they had the same thing, right? Like cadence editor width, and then they namespace the second one too. But if you look at edit post, they're not doing that. Huh. Que interessante. Okay, let's keep rolling. All right, get active general sidebar name. We got that one. Active meta box locations. I don't have any meta boxes set up. Those sound interesting though. It looks like you could get all the meta boxes for it, which sounds pretty cool. Get editor mode. This sounds cool too. So if you're in but if we're using our editor and then we switch over to a code editor, it's going to switch to text, and then get editor mode visual is going to be visual. That's kind of cool. I like that. Again, I don't know when you would need it, but knowing that WordPress does it is what I'm more trying to understand. Get preferences. Get preference and preferences. Let's find out what that is. What is it a preference for? Let's get both of these worked out. Okay, what are their preferences? The editor mode is visual, so if we change this to code, then editor mode is text. Their features, fixed toolbar. I don't know how to change that. Is that an option we have? Don't know about that. Panels, so if we switch, we should get a new object. Post link and post status are not open though. Right? Because this would mean that that post is open. I'm going to open this up a little bit more so we could see it better. I like the pinned items, so if I have something up here and I unpin it, then that should have updated. Yeah, so now that's false. And we can come back in. Select it. Where is it? Oh, we're not on it, but let's come back into it. Editor max width, and we can pin it, and then that'll change it to true. That's cool. Oh, but it's only doing pinned plugins like did I just pin it? It's not showing all the pinned plugins because all of these are actually pinned. Is general sidebar dismissed? False. So what about now? True. Okay, so I think if at any point we click on, I want to look at this one specifically, is general sidebar dismissed? So I think I could come into preferences and just pass in a specific preference from this array that we've got and break everything. Oh, because if I'm in the code editor, it's looking at code and it's not going to run my stuff. Okay, that's good to know. Sorry, this is get preferences for is general sidebar. And then if we, cool. So I think that no matter, oh, no. Okay, that's what I was curious. These do not count as general sidebar. If general sidebar is, wait, hold on. We're on the general sidebar now. If we go to another one, it's still false. But if we close it entirely, okay, yeah. So this whole thing is the general sidebar, and anytime you close it, and I'm guessing that let's leave it closed and load the page and just see what we get by default. Yeah, so is general sidebar dismissed? Why dismissed? Why not closed? Should be true even if they didn't just close it. So it's not just that you just called this action and clicked that, it's that it is truly closed. I like that one. That's a cool one. Worth one noting. Definitely one we're going to use. Has meta boxes. I like that. That's cool. Is editor panel opened? Is editor panel opened? Let's find out what that one's about. Editor panel opened. Wait, that's the editor panel. What's the editor panel? Document? Nope. Oh, I know what it is. It's like this. Hold on, let's change something. And then we go to update. No? No, it's not that. Ooh, I didn't even know about this options. Cool. Ooh, let's look at all the custom fields available. Nothing. Okay. Unless it's down here. Yeah, custom fields, but there aren't any. Okay. What the heck is this editor panel open? Let's find out. Where do we go? Oh, we're on a different part of the docs now. What's the keyboard shortcut for page end? There we go. Okay. Cool. Returns true if given panel is open or false otherwise. Panels. Wait, is that the one I wanted? Oh, we have to pass it a specific panel. Okay, remember our panel names. How did we get all of our panel names? I remember we were just looking at something that told us get active sidebar panel. Let's open that one back up. Okay. So let's grab this, and then is editor panel open needs to take a specific panel name. That's not good. Is editor panel open false, but we just put in the actual panel name that it should be using, right? Takes a panel name. We gave it a panel name. Maybe it's not called edit post. Maybe it's called document. I reckon that is not correct. Am I missing something? Takes a string that is all right. I'm going to take a crazy guess here, and let's try it with another one. See, this is another place we gotta, I don't know. I'm not going to go off too much, but there are default WordPress components for buttons and stylings and a lot of things. So it's going to be a little weird when we get into places and everything in WordPress is styled all differently. I need to make sure that I get these going with the same styles as that. And I don't know, like, I think plugins should do whatever they think looks best. Well, no, I don't actually. Design good plugins, but I think we start with the same components and then we just kind of style them from there. I'm guessing these are separate, you know, you could see them, but I don't know. Everybody has their own opinions on stuff and how it should be styled and whether plugins should be different or using same components. But now with a component library, it's way easier to do everything and a lot of built-in styles. All right, let's get off the track. Let's take that and plug that in there because some of these things weren't working with like default blocks, but they'd work with our custom ones and stuff, remember? So I'm guessing that that might be the case here. What the deuce? I don't actually know then. Oh, wait a minute. That's not a panel. Hold on a second. This is a panel. Right? No, panel row. This whole thing's a panel. Ah, shoot. Hold on, let me come back in and look at a block. Not there. Panel body is, yeah, it's that whole thing. It should be, is this thing open? Okay. Add a note. And then I want to go back to the other core one because documenting wise, always nice to give like examples of things that aren't custom so that everybody could see that it is there. And as far as I could guess, that should be responding. Let's just do a little bit more due diligence and search some more and see what we could find out. Because this one seems relevant to me. Post status, core edit post panel. Maybe I'm just not thinking of what the right panel is. See, I thought it might be this thing, but no, nothing. I'm not sure about that one. Okay, we're going to keep cruising. Wait, is editor sidebar open? Okay, maybe a panel is just something different than what I'm thinking. Yeah. But now I switch to a different one. Okay. Okay, so I just don't know what is a panel. Let's look in the GitHub repo a little bit more for that one. I want to come into pull requests. Let's see. Yeah, because a panel may be sidebar panel name, whether or not the panel is open, returns true if the panel is open. Yeah, I don't know that that's super helping me, but yeah, where's panel name? Howdy, howdy. Welcome. Yeah, I got the human-made hoodie and the human-made limited edition Deeply cap going in all red today. Mapping, watching your map videos, but can't get it to show the block. Oh, bummer. Sorry, dude. Check the repo. Some of that stuff is evolved, but all this is code as you go, so I don't have full working repos for everything. But I'll be coming back to the map block, and it'll be in the advanced course, the final version. Howdy, howdy. Welcome thanks for hanging out. Please like and subscribe. All right, so panel name is what I want to see. Let's jump into this file and see what the deuce is going on. Discussion panel. Okay, so this is a specific panel. Let's tune back and let's try putting that in. I wonder if it's core discussion panel, right? Because we've got is editor panel open. So editor, and then if we come down to discussion, boom, okay, that's what it's talking about. So I bet we could do a couple things like let's just guess here, featured image. Come down, I mean, I'm guessing on these names. Yeah. Then we could throw in like excerpt and all those. Okay, so these are panels. How are they, well, I don't want to get into how they're named, but if let's test it for our own code. I've got a panel body called gallery settings. Maybe panel like how do I determine if this is happening right for, let's put in one of my blocks, one of our custom blocks. Gallery, what? Oh, there we go. So I want to come into here and see in my, yeah, I want to see like if this is open and closed, right? That's what I want to toggle and get differences on. So is that called gallery? See, but all these names and things are, well, panel body is right here. I want to know what's the programmatic name for this. So I'm wondering if when I've been coding panel bodies, if I haven't been adding in all the proper parameters to it. Or props. React as props. Talking about props on props on props. Okay, panel body, title, open, class name, icon. Okay, so thanks for not letting me set a name for this sucker. How am I gonna know what it is? Are we just not cool? We just don't get hooks for that, huh? Is that what you're saying? All right, we got to examine some props here and see what's going on. Let's come into our React, no, not Redux. We want to come into our React, and I want to grab this panel body. Let's just start going up the chain here. With select components. Keep going. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. It's into a panel block. Does it have state yet? Okay, I've got my sidebar name, so I guess I missed it. Like, I wanted that panel name. Okay, let's change gears and go into the document, and when we select this panel, which we know is going to be named permalink, at what point do we know that that's what its name is, and how do we get that? See, it's got a title. Almost is new. All these characteristics on it. I'm still not. Keep going. So I guess this has its own open, but yeah, here's the sidebar. Set it post. That's another one. This is our block. So this is it right here, right? Children. Okay. Still a little bit of a mystery. I'm going to add a note here because, okay, works with core block or core with document settings panels, document setting panels. Not sure how to get panel name of custom panels. Good question for the dev team. Because if they're registering their panels in the same way that we are, we should be able to give them a programmatic name somehow, although it may be, and I'm not looking in the source code far enough right now, y'all, to look at how these are done, and it may be that that is something that they're hard coding and have more information about, or they're registering in some other way, something like that. All right, and get rid of this gallery plugin. And let's keep going. Is feature active? What is feature? Is that like sticky? Oh, a specific feature. Are there other featured things here? Okay, curious. Let's go check this out. Returns whether or not given feature slug. Okay, what's a feature? Let's go look at the code here. What? Okay, full screen mode. Okay, there's a feature. Where do we get all the other features? Let's just try to code one out though so that we have an example here. And we know that full screen mode is one. Hope y'all are getting an idea of how to learn Gutenberg at this point in time. I mean, soon this will all be super well documented and you just go to the handbook and it shows you how to do all this. Hopefully after JS4WP Conf, huh? When we get it all done. All right, let's see what we got here. We have multiple things. Logging. Let's stop that. Is feature active? Okay, full screen mode. Let's kick it. Wait, where's full screen mode? Options? No, do I need to go bigger? Full screen mode. Okay, full screen mode is active. Now we are, actually I kind of like full screen mode. Yeah, let's use that. But then you don't get, yeah, you could still get a block editor. Oh, full screen mode is so much better. Welcome to the new WordPress. It's all white with just borders. So clean. Okay, how do we get all the other features? Let's go back to searching the source code for is feature active. Fixed toolbar, focus mode. I'm just going to add some notes here. How do you turn it on and off the fixed toolbar? I haven't actually... Fixed. Yeah, I don't think this is anywhere on the page. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that is all about, but looks like those are some options. Let's look through some more. Let's look through the test and see what they throw at it. Is features chicken? Really? Now we got to try that. Come on now. That's got to be something I'm not understanding. Yeah, how do you activate chicken? I'll just leave it in full screen mode. I don't know what features those, or how to determine, like, a lot of what I've been finding here is, okay, you figure out that it needs this type of thing, but you don't know where the list is of what those type of things are. We call that tricky, from the French tricky. All right, y'all. Is MetaBox location available? I'm not as in, is modal active? I want to see this in active because this would be cool. And at some point we got to figure out how to code modals for ourselves. Yeah, is modal active? Aw, come on, give me a modal name here. Yay, cool. I like this. I like this. Is modal active? And then we could pass in the value of editor keyboard shortcuts. So now should be able to refresh and then come into keyboard shortcuts, and it's true. Cool. I wonder how many different modals there are. Let's find them. Options modal, edit post options. I'm just going to start like making fake params here just for my own notes. Okay, I think in each one of these files it's only going to get used once because they're setting it. This is a test, right? So I don't know if this is gonna find it. Yeah, not worried about that one. Oh, so it looks like it's helpful to use inside of elements as well. Test, I'm gonna skip. Let's try this one. I think this is just going to be generic. Yeah, that won't tell us anything. Is modal active, the documentation, a string that uniquely identifies the model. So see, this is where it's going to be so helpful for folks, and I would love folks that are watching to just go and take some of these files, and I'll commit all this before I end up finishing recording today. Like, just take this and just start adding to the documentation, because this is still really tough to read. And even just typing out some of these examples and doing some little things with explanation, man, we're going to get those WordPress docs there so much faster. Okay, that's my plug. I'll get off my soapbox because it's like, dude, I could be doing that too. I understand. All right, is plugin item pinned? Running out of steam here, folks. I'm going to need to take a little break in a sec, but is plugin item pinned? Let's just get through these. Now it's just a question of what is a plugin item. They're all commented out. Yep, okay. How do they even know? Okay, let's look at the docs for this. Returns true if the plugin item is pinned to the header. When the value is not set, it defaults to true. So I'm guessing we need a plugin name, which I think if we come back into our plugin, that's not a plugin. Remember, in the WordPress lingo, sidebars are considered plugins. So if we have a registered sidebar name, I think it was that, right? But let's unpin it. So this item is not pinned, so we should not be getting true, which means we still don't have the correct name of it, which maybe means we need that. Yeah, cool. So if we come into our table of contents plugin and we pin it, dope. I would put a normal one here, like a default one, but you can't do it for the default one because we can't unpin this. There's no option to unpin that. Okay, cool. I really did like this one. I like this next one too. Let's look at this one. Is plugin sidebar open? Wait, what's the difference? Oh, if it's pinned, is it open? False, false. Boom, it's true. Hello. I like this one a lot because what we could do is on like page load and different things, we could see is my thing selected, and then we could also dynamically select it under dispatch actions as well. Is publish sidebar open? What's that about? I think that that's that one that only shows when we're publishing a new page. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Let's go add a new post and give it a data. Oop, wait, hold on. Not a new thing. We want to get back out of here. We want to add a new post. Yeah, I like it. Let's add our data API post so that we get all our stuff. Is publishing sidebar open? No, but as soon as we click this, then it's open. So we could toggle this open at different times, which is curious for me because how do you get back here? Like all these settings? Oh, because once we publish it, so it still calls this the published one, even though this is different states of it. Because I think once we do it, the published settings are right here. How do you change that? Like that. Okay. So it doesn't look like we have to go back to that published setting thing. This is just going to show us stuff in line. All right, and for the first time, we have a native calendar date picker in WordPress. It took putting React into core to get it, but we got it. Cool. All right, we're almost done here. Is saving meta boxes? Don't really care, but that one's going to just be, yeah, I do care. I want to play with that, but I don't have any meta box stuff set up at the moment, and I don't want to. I will come back to that later. Okay, but now we've got this whole thing. And I've got to do that thing again where every time I find a console log, I got to uncomment it. So just give me a second here. So by the way, I am feeling much better about having gone through with all of these because before I knew how this worked, but I didn't know what was available and I didn't know how to use what was potentially available. So now I feel comfortable with the major library or the major data API modules. Still learning the lingo. But the major data modules or stores, how to select all the different types of data. All right? So that's all that good stuff. And now we could take that whole thing and we could put it into our data. And you know what? I'm actually going to rename data because we're coming close here to core. Which one is this? Edit posts. What do they call this thing? The editor's UI data. Edit post is edit post UI. I'm just going to call it edit post. Core edit post, that makes sense. Then we'll paste everything in there. Should be good to go. Although I'm going to rename this now. So I want to rename this to Selectors because soon I'm going to have a whole big one of dispatches too. And then we can name that. This is getting these out of Selectors, and now it's got core edit post. We could do core edit post, and it should just give us the exact same thing we had before. Cool. Okay. So let me just do one thing before I wrap off on this particular one. And I just want to look at what is not done yet. Okay, so I have a feeling that these are going to be the major ones Notices is super simple, so I'm not worried about that one. That won't take me long to play with. In fact, I kind of already did. I might not formally do all these because I already kind of looked through that on my own before and played with it. Oh yeah, that's why. Because it's just get notices. All right, let's keep pushing. Watch this. All right, come on, come on. Let's get this sucker done. Yeah, let's just do another one, okay? Just keep writing, just keep coding, just keep coding. Y'all know what it's like. Ah, howdy, howdy, welcome. Please follow, welcome, howdy, howdy. Yeah, trying out, I've had YouTube videos on for a while, but not really trying to do it actively, but now I'm getting into it. So, hope you enjoy. Okay, so now we've got core edit post. Let's do the, which one are we looking at now? Notices. Core notices. And this one's going to be super simple because it's just one. It's just get notices. Where was I last? Yeah, we were looking at it in the browser. Thought, huh? wt.data.select core notices gives us just get notices. Okay, so let's do get notices, and now we got to get some notices to test out. Oh, it's still calling the other one. Let's get rid of that and call core notices. Comment out that one. Get our core notices. Okay. Yeah, nice and broken, huh? Just how we like to start. Because it's not an edit post, it's in notices. Okay, so no notices, but watch when I go to save the post, now we've got a notice. Cool, huh? If I edit a bunch of stuff and I don't save it and I refresh it, I should get, no? Let autosave work. And then I refresh it. Yeah, okay, see now I got the notice that autosave exists. This is pretty cool. I like get notices, not much to it, pretty simple. Let's see what else we got. How quick can we do? New user experience. I really want to dedicate some time to this, but let's just see for the moment how big it is. Because this really excites me that we have built into WordPress now a way to create new user experiences. And if you don't know what this is, well, it's more going to be dispatch actions, actually. Let me switch gears real quick and go to dispatch, because I think this is what's going to be a lot cooler. So we can enable tips, and we can trigger the guide to start. So I think that I don't want to set up a new WordPress install, but you can, when you first go to use WordPress or the block editor, it has all these tips and things. So there's a library of components that allow you to create a new user experience. Let's see if, let's go to Gutenberg packages, Nux. Okay, dot tip is a React component. Tip on the screen, the tip will point to the React element dot tip. It's nested within. Components README file. Let's open for a picture. WordPress 5.0 Nux. Someone's got to have it. No? No? Let's try it this way. New user experience. Aw, come on. Really? It's got to be on the make blog. Make.wordpress.org. Core. Search for Nux. Yeah, that's not going to be what we want. We're looking for something that actually just shows pictures of the new editor. Oh, was that the unified toolbar versus... Maybe that's what they mean by the fixed toolbar versus... And I bet spotlight mode is a feature too. That would make a lot of sense. Rename Nux to editor tips. I'm just looking for pictures at this moment, y'all. New user experience. Okay, here they are. Here they are. Look, see these things? Like the ability to put a little thing there, and then when you click on it, it will pop open a component with some text and a tip. So we've got this. So let me just close all these other pages we have. Actually, let's open that one up. Go to the next one. Is tip visible? Are tips enabled? See, we should be able to trigger the guide. I know that this is switching into dispatch, but I don't know. I want to get into playing around with this in more depth, so I will come back to it, but I guess we could do a Nux one right now. Actually, that would probably be correct. And I'm not sure what they have, so let's go look. Okay. wp.data.select core Nux. Got a few of these, not too many. And none of these are going to matter for the moment, so I'm honestly just going to... What do I want to do here? Just that for the moment? I'll just throw them in there. Cool. So all of these are probably going to come back false at the moment, but let's just go ahead and update this to be core Nux. And comment that one out. Get this one going, core Nux. Cool. Nice and broken, just how we like it. Oh wait, hold on, it might be broken here, no? No, good there. Uncut promise, so basically just one of these isn't working. Are tips enabled? I wonder if it needs some more specific data. Yep. Oh, because it's notices, so now we need to change this to the new user experience, that's why. Are tips enabled? Okay. I want to know how to trigger tips to be enabled. Like, I want to know the dispatch for triggering... Trigger a guide. Okay, so I'm going to look through WordPress real quick to just see if we can make this happen. Like, I want to just see if I could get the new user guide started off. I don't think this is going to work, but let's try dispatch. Trigger guide. I don't think that will work at all, but yeah, definitely not what we wanted to do. First of all, let's take this out of this console group. That's a little bit better. Obviously not how we call this. Let's try this again. Okay, let's not look in a test for this. Let's look in how it's actually done. Oh, like the documentation for it, right? Trigger guide. A tip cannot be added to more than one guide. Getting information about a guide. Okay, so I just want to get a core. I want to find out. I really want to trigger this core WordPress guide and find out about that. This is pretty good docs here, though. And that's awesome. So when somebody installs your plugin, again, we have a unified, nice way of onboarding folks that's consistent and standard. And if you don't like it, you could change it for the theme or for everything and make it nicer with pretty easily. Okay. Get associated guide. These are all test guides, so this isn't going to help me. I just wanted to see if it was triggering the default WordPress one. Again, let's stay out of tests. Let's go to actually here. No, that's not going to be it. Tip ID, huh? You say? Yeah, I think this whole thing, I might just need to dedicate more time to this because... core editor.inserter. Let's see if this works. That would be cool. I'd be happy to stop there at this point then. Let's try this. And trigger it. Or break it. You know what? It's probably because I'm also doing this within a subscribe. So let me try something else, which is dispatch up here. And let me try pulling that out of inside the subscribe, which may be an issue. But I don't see any... I got nothing. Let's try this. Okay, I just want to try searching trigger guide, Gutenberg, because something in WordPress itself is triggering it when WordPress is being loaded for the first time. So it has to know get associated guide by ID. Something in WordPress is calling trigger guide. I know it because when you install WordPress for the first time, you have to trigger the guide. So something here that is not a test should be triggering this action. And I don't know where it is. Interesting. Oh, what's this? Trigger guide. Okay, cool. Dispatch, core, edit. Let's try all these. Why not? Right? We should just be able to come in here, do it just like in WordPress. If Gutenberg can do it, I could do it, right? That's what the kids say nowadays. You're growing up on this stuff. It is still not freaking working. Let me first switch out of full screen mode. I said, oh, I guess I get both, okay? What is up with that? A little disappointed. Yeah, shouldn't that work, right? Okay, like I said, like I need a couple hours just to play around with the whole new user experience library to begin with. But if we come back into our selectors, are tips enabled? No, there are no tips enabled. Let's see what this next one is. Good associated guide. We don't, I'm going to put those in there. With just a note that's like possible guide, core guides, question mark? Okay. Cool. So I don't want to leave that one actually, yeah, that's what we want to test is like, can we do editor settings? Boo! Oh, well, obviously that's not going to work. So let's try that again. Okay, hold on now. So what the heck? We could get this current tip ID, current editor inserter, but when we come in to try to dispatch the action, oh, maybe because it's an array and we just want to trigger a specific guide. Maybe that's it. I don't see a guide. Nope. And maybe it does need to be an array. Nope. Okay, let me look at dispatch again. Returns an action object that when dispatched presents a guide that takes a user through a series of these steps. Parameters, oh, are all the tip IDs. So I need all my tip IDs. Really? But get associated guide. Shouldn't you be able to give it the guide name? Oh, trigger guide, we need our tip IDs. Okay, so here are our tip IDs. That's how it works. Okay, so that's why when we do... Oh, that's kind of interesting. I guess we're figuring this out as we go along here, or I am at least. When we... Oh, where are we? Okay, when we dispatch a trigger guide, we're not looking to dispatch a specific like collection. There's no like group name of them. You just set up all the tips and then you tell it what tips you want to be triggered. So that seems right, but I don't know why this is not going to trigger a guide to just pop up. And it must be about how I'm dispatching the action. Oh, all right, fine. You're gonna make me do it this way? Let's do it this way. What's a button called? Let's const button equal wp.components, right? And then let's grab a button, put it down here, and say, what are all our button component properties? Yikes. Gutenberg, button master, default is primary is large, on click, on click, on click. Oh yeah, because it's just a normal button. Okay, so on click, go ahead and then call my dispatch. Maybe? What do you think? Button has, let's try, I don't think we need to do prevent default. Yeah, we could leave that out, I believe. Okay. And then we need a name, right? Because this button should not be self-closing. If it's in Gutenberg, we should be namespacing, but, or translation strings, but I'm not too worried about that just because I'm testing. So what do I want to say? Trigger guide. Let's see if that works. Because what I'm guessing is maybe because I just called it in component did mount. Did something just happen? No. Nothing is happening. Aww. Maybe there's a hook for it. Maybe there's something else. Like I said, I want to come back and play around with this more because I think that this is going to be super valuable. There might just be a mini course on the user experience, onboarding user experience in WordPress. But I gave it an honest shot here. Let's see what's left. Viewport. Oh, do we have the energy? Let's just get through this in one last one. Got core Nux out of the way. All right, let's see what we're working with. WP data.select core viewpoint. Viewport. Boom. Oh, thank goodness, an easy one. JK. Core Nux, let's do another one. Let's just take this and duplicate it. There's one more, is tip visible, but I mean, we really, I don't know. I want to look at all these in conjunction with the dispatches and the setups and all that will make a lot more sense. Well, I guess I could leave it, but it's still not working quite yet. So now we got some new ones. We're going to set up core viewport, and this will be viewport. Cool, cool. And now we could grab one of these. And change this to where am I pulling that from here? Cool. All right. Nice and broken. Let's see if it needs any parameters to start off with. And we're jumping into the last one here. Query. Includes operator and a breakpoint name, defaults to greater than. Interesting. Let's see how this is used. So I'm guessing this will let you modify your blocks and do different things based on the size of the viewport, which is super cool. All right, let's see what the test, how it specs it out. Nope. That's still a little confusing to me. Oh, how about some README documentation? Okay. Let's try something. Is viewport match large? is not liking that. Did I do something else? Oh, same classic error every time. It's not in the right place. Okay, so let's just start. Cool, now it's 960 and bigger. What? I like this one. Okay. So, and this can be changed based on, okay, again, this is some place where the documentation could be updated quite a bit because, well, the documentation is here for Viewport. We should link over to it. Is it greater than medium? Oh my gosh. Let's just leave that example in there. Cool, good job documentation. Thanks everybody for updating this because that makes sense. Ooh, if Viewport matches a higher order component, I'll have to come back to that later. Note, we're at higher order component. Cool. Ooh, you could also do, okay, so this is really dope. You could wrap your component and say, if it's mobile, then do the following things. I think this is going to be really fun and create some really rich opportunities for folks to be able to style and, not style, create user experiences that are best for that modal, right? Like if you know that your block is super complicated and you could detect that it's a small screen, maybe you could do something different. And before you'd have to do CSS queries, but now you have it in your JavaScript, so you could actually change the functionality and the whole component architecture and all that stuff. Boom, there you have it. If you go back to the last few live streams, we've now gone through, I think, almost every selector that isn't experimental in WordPress and played around with them, which is more than we needed to do, but I feel comfortable with it, and it's archived, and I'll keep a list of these examples somewhere. In fact, let's do that now. Just commit this up. Git add all, git commit, adding selector examples to data block. Cool. So those are up there on the site. Once again, I'll throw in the link. What am I throwing in the link to? The repo? No. I'll put the link to the course. I suggest you please like, subscribe, check out these live streams. I hope they're helpful. But the actual course itself that's going to have this is what I want to throw the link for. Courses. We've got advanced Gutenberg development. It's in development. It already has some of the content already recorded, a good hour of it on using React on the front end. Now I have enough to go ahead and record this. And although I might do another live stream or two with Dispatch just to see everything that's available, but I might not. I'm feeling pretty confident to record and being able to troubleshoot it all at this point. So let's just throw this in the chat here. For folks, course link, go check it out. Pick it up early while it still has a discount. I have country codes available if you're coming from a country that traditionally gets a discount on things or the economy is different there. All right, folks, I hope that this helps. I got to go record some of this stuff while I still have my voice, and yeah, this is pretty cool. I hope this was helpful for you, seeing all of these things, and hopefully you have an idea of how to troubleshoot and do this stuff on your own. All right. How do I get out of here?